I have a strong belief that nowadays it is so important, I would say almost mandatory, to consume less than you produce. Otherwise, you are becoming only consumer. And I think the production part is where we have to think, where we have to show our, well, output is a place where you can show your thoughts, show your creativity, and actually grow. People are not saying it for nothing that we have to put our ideas somewhere. We have to share them, we have to create them, we have to execute them. Otherwise, it becomes a dead weight in our minds, in our mental capacity. And I'm not sure, is it the age? Is it the experience? Is it my prefrontal cortex that is developed enough to finally have these conclusions and experience this knowledge and deeper understanding of things? Or is it the time alone I'm spending currently? Or is it both? Yeah, well, I'm not sure. Why is that? But I am slowly developing these beliefs that actually a lot of successful people have. And now I'm slowly starting to understand why they have these beliefs. I also previously talked about how nowadays can be loud with information, and it is hard for us to actually hear our own thoughts. So it kind of relates to the point I'm making now, that we have to hear our own thoughts, have to understand what we can produce and produce it. And to produce, to have this urge to produce. And I think all of us have it. And that urge to produce is correlated to the amount of information and content you're consuming. And basic math is the less you consume, the bigger the urge to create. And it is so important, in my opinion. And it's not for, well, it's not for other people. Well, it can be, but it doesn't have to be. But mainly it is for yourself to have this creative or not so creative, just rational or any kind of output. So you can grow as a person and actually move that gray matter in your brain. At least that's how I'm feeling it. And I have experienced it. Yeah, also, I feel like to not become the numb masses that we have now currently in our society, it is important to produce. But I also believe that, well, I'm talking from my own experience, that production of something, that making something, creating something, makes you feel fulfilled. And by making it, creating the thing, you are also improving your cognitive abilities. I've been reading almost all my whole life. There were some periods where I read slower, a bit less. Then some periods I read more. And there were periods where I read, I wrote, and I analyzed what I read. And now looking back, those periods were the biggest growth periods I had. And now I'm in one of these periods as well. I'm reading. I'm also now experimenting with reading loud. Well, I mean, reading aloud, yeah. And then writing. So contemplating about what I just read. And I mean, it's been just a few days since I implemented this. And I feel sharper. I feel calmer because by writing, I'm also creating a little journal of my thoughts. I'm putting it somewhere. I'm not showing it to anyone, so it doesn't have to be for everyone. But the main point is I'm creating this output. Hmm. Yeah.